just noticed it's dark in here.
Oh, it is dark in here. It's not
We don't have
horrible.
that set, but all right.
It's good. It's
It's
good.
okay.
Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday,
Wednesday.
everybody.
Welcome
I'm not
to
so
Shawn and
happy.
Lacey Live.
Any of you that were watching us earlier, on
I gotta
the
turn this
challenge,
off.
happy Wednesday. Those of you that were watching earlier on the challenge, no, you don't know. Well,
If you don't know,
I was
now
struggling a little
you
bit through the
know.
challenge. Turned out
Yeah.
that I had a cracked tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't feel right.
So you had an emergency dental visit,
Little crown.
little crown, and
Face is coming back.
he's just getting feeling back just now. So wearing the crown, Shawn. I love it.
New
We're glad
tooth.
you're back, though. I'm glad it wasn't anything serious,
Yeah,
like an
I lost the whole dang
infection or...
afternoon,
Yeah,
and now
but
my
you know
jaw is sore. Oh man.
Moving
So
on.
it's gonna be on you today to carry the show.
All right. Well, there's not much of a show because I already told you. I looked at this topic. So many of you know that Shawn and I do not choose the topic.
What do you mean there's not much of a show? You're gonna do the show.
Why not? It's Shawn and I, we don't choose the topic.
Right, we don't choose the topic.
We don't choose the topic. And so I saw tonight's topic, secrets to get influencers to promote your business. So
fine, I'll do it.
I thought this was a great topic. And I was like,
it is
really?
A great topic.
There's no secret.
Oh,
we're going to tell you the non-secret secret in a moment.
There's more than one.
All right. So first off, who do you guys think is producing today? I'm curious. Who is on production? There's no sounds. We started a minute late. What do you guys think?
A minute late. That was our fault. The minute late was our fault.
The minute late was our fault.
There's no sound
definitely
effects.
No sound effects.
But there is visuals.
I love it.
Check this out.
I love it. It's cracking me up. As soon as we said no sounds, everybody says it's Bobby. So, all right, producer, show yourself.
What's up?
It's Bobby.
It's Bobby.
Oh, Robert.
I was getting complaints that there was too much sounds when I was doing it, so
now we backed off all the way, and now we have no sounds, right?
No sounds.
Hey, Bobby, do you know how to turn off these
weird
emojis?
Not turn off my
they
stuff.
are so annoying.
I didn't even know that this program did that. I thought that was just Zoom.
So did I. That's why I'm super confused. I literally do not know where this is coming from. I don't know if it's coming from some weird update in our Blackmagic camera. Anybody on the
it's
chat?
Great. It's great.
Do you know? Like,
it's fantastic.
But there's all sorts of things. We had hearts earlier, like things that I wasn't even anticipating doing. And now it's gone. Now you actually try to do it and you can't do it.
There we go. I can get it.
There we go.
Shawn can do it. It does not like me.
You gotta do it. Yeah, you gotta do it on the white. Not on your black hair. There you go. Over there.
Oh,
boom.
Thanks, Bobby. Total fail tonight.
Well,
I love it. So, Bobby,
okay.
What do we got? What kind of announcements do we have going on tonight?
Well, our amazing sponsor.
Oh my! Shout out to our great friends over at Speed
Fitness.
Oh yeah, great news coming out out of the speed world. Man, I'm super excited to see some of these startup companies that we've invested in start to come to life. Speed Fit coming to life. Great job, guys, over there. We appreciate your support here on Shawn and Lacey Live. And all of you that jumped in with us. Oh, you guys are in for a treat. Got some exciting announcements coming down the pipeline for all of you at Speed Fit. Super exciting. What else we got?
What else we got, Bobby? Oh, Bobby, there we
go.
Sales,
revenue, profit. Dave Meltzer, Ryan Stuman, Michael Port. Get your tickets. Visit with us in Dallas, March 15th and 16th. Man, all of the people at the Michael Chandler, we're not going to post up the Resiliency Mastermind. We just had that last weekend. Michael was saying he wanted to come to this, not to speak. He wanted to come
watch,
to be a part of the workshop. People like Michael Chandler are like, I got to get to that workshop. And then some of you are watching and you're like, I just hope I win $300 tonight. I mean, there's a difference between somebody who's putting in the work and somebody who's not. man, what Michael was excited about that lineup. Are you? Go to www.blackdiamondclub.com. Click on the ribbon at the top, get your tickets. You never know who you're going to see sitting in the crowd.
I love it, Kathleen. I see you in the chat saying Port, long time, no hear or see. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely
Michael Port
right.
has not been on stage talking about something like Book Yourself Solid for a very, very long time. But listen, somebody of that caliber, they don't lose their, I don't think they lose their ability. It's like riding a bike, ability to get up there, deliver a killer message in a way that people just are attracted to.
I remember when we had Brian Tracy several years ago. Absolutely killed it.
Yep.
Amazing. Don't forget, join me on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. with Pastor Brian Hall for Elevate Your Game. Brian's been dropping bombs. We got to update Brian's picture. It's not what he looks like anymore. He's got like a brand new look.
He's even more fashionable now. Yeah, Brian. I see you on here, Brian.
Brian's
we definitely,
Brian,
we need,
send us a new picture.
We need a new Brian Hall photo.
He wears the glasses, the hoodies.
Edgy Brian Hall.
We got to bring it forward with the Brian Hall. Yeah, Brian's been absolutely just dropping bombs, bringing the heat. And speaking of bringing the heat, oh my gosh, today Major Ed, he was on one. Major Ed was crushing it today. Major Ed was telling me about in basic training when you get put in the gas chamber. That was pretty interesting.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty good, cool. And he says they tell you nobody is going to pass this. That was interesting because they
put you in and you pass out.
No, you go in and you have a gas mask on and you keep it sealed, and then they tell you unseal the mask, and then you're in trouble. And then they help you to get out. They take you, it's not a lesson on getting out. You are like, I'm gonna die, and they take you out. So nobody's like, yeah, that was fine. He's like, you get out and you're like, oh my gosh, this was the worst thing ever. And he goes, but then you never forget, always seal your mask. Like you do not want that to happen to you. When we talk about preparation, we were talking literally about the Michael Chandler concept of the preparing to prepare. And he was like, well, that's a great lesson, like that you learn even in boot camp. But I was asking him, like, how many of you like, prepare? How do you prepare people that ask you about boot camp? And he gave us some tips. But I think in business, it's the same thing. Like so many people do not prepare. Like you want to launch some new marketing, but you don't prepare for that. So then you launch the marketing. You weren't prepared. It's all messed up. You thought it would take a month for the ramp up.
It out
takes 2 months for the ramp up. Right. Yeah, and then you're mad. Everybody's upset. That's also what happens for New Year's resolutions. If you think about it, so many people are like, "I'm going to go to the gym," and so and literally, I know a lot of people that do this. We have people on our team that are like, "I'm going to lose 30 pounds." But the real thing is, and they say like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds starting on January 1st, and that's what the problem is,
right?
Because you don't actually. You don't start. Actually, people do the reverse because they're like, I'm going to go ham on December 31st because tomorrow starts the diet, which means that you reverse prepared, right? So then you show up at the gym. You haven't been in the gym.
Hungover.
You haven't been in the gym for like
on
6
sugar
months.
And probably alcohol.
So you haven't been in the gym for like 6 months. You get yourself a fitness app and then you just go at it. Yep. So you haven't had any ramp up, no preparation. Guess what? Guess how you feel after 3 workouts? You feel terrible. So now you start finding excuses and reasons not to continue forward. That's why the resolution dies, is because you never prepared to prepare.
Starting on December 15th, I'm going to start going for 2 walks a day.
Yeah, and you started walking.
Getting my cardio back up, getting movement in my body. Like that would be a really great thing
you're
to
saying
do.
I got to be ready for the gym.
Yeah, I love it.
Major Ed was dropping bombs.
Major shout out to Chris Helms tonight.
Happy birthday.
How do we make
it rain? Happy birthday.
Hey, that's good enough.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Can't figure out the balloons. I have no idea how that happens with the balloons. So I don't know. Yeah. If I can figure them out later if they show up, Chris, they're for you. Just know that. Yeah.
I have like so many like random things too. I want to thank everybody.
Random thoughts.
I don't know if anybody's joining us from the Book Yourself Solid Challenge. We just completed day 3 of the Book Yourself Solid Challenge. I mean, I guess if you guys wanted to jump in late, if you jump in late, you got to get VIP. It's free. Yeah. But you got to get the VIP so you can catch the older content. We've just finished day 3 today. If you want to jump in, go to www.bookyourselfsolidchallenge.com. But one of the things too that's been, we've talked about this. we have and I hope that, well, really people can't tell, but maybe people like Chris Helms,
Yep.
Rhonda, maybe people that have been with us for a while can tell, like, we really invested a lot of time in preparation for this particular run of it. Because we received a lot of mentorship, guidance, coaching, and even from our own team on, upping our game. And we really put in a ton of effort. I think that's also important. A lot of people think like, oh, this stuff just comes naturally for you guys. There's no preparation. I got to tell you, there's a ton of preparation. In fact, I was just telling you, I think I'm going to be up pretty late tonight because we have a couple tweaks to make on the slides yet. Team made a couple changes. We've made a couple changes today. So we're going to be changing our slides a little bit tomorrow. So we're going to be making these tweaks probably late into the night. Listen, you've got to be willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I think
There's
is
quite a few people on here from the challenge too. I just want to
sweet.
say welcome. I
Welcome,
see you
everybody.
all in the chat. Welcome.
But also too, like this, I hope that, so for them, for all of them, this is very transparent. This is really transparent. One of the things that we also realize is like, when you go on the camera, so when we talk about creating content, when you go on camera, you have to super amplify your energy. It's also me like also letting everybody know it's kind of hard when your face hurts, when your mouth hurts. But we were, that was a big thing for us. I mean, and it's not like we haven't had training in this, but a consciousness that we had to bring a different type of energy into the challenge this time. And so the same thing, like
and you have to over exaggerate. Is what I would say. It's, and they talk over exaggerate
on camera, looks normal.
Yes.
And then your normal on camera comes off like
very slow, really very low energy.
Low energy,
even though it may not be low energy when you're in person or connected with somebody or even on the phone, right? Like, but for some reason via camera, if you want to make a connection with people, you've got to increase your energy. But I feel like everything on TV is, you have to over amplify. Like even women with makeup, you have to like cake it on until it's like sticking off of your face by like 3 inches, because it looks so muted on camera. But so is your energy, so is your tonality, so is all the other things that you're doing. It's a very interesting concept.
So hopefully people that have been with us in the past, hopefully you're noticing some minor tweaks. And we love that. We love to teach on them. We'll be definitely teaching on a lot of different things. We're releasing new products for all of our BDC people that are here. We've got a couple things that we're going to be coming out with webinars. We've got some new courses, some products. So don't think that we have abandoned you. We've been working hard late into the night as well on stuff for our BDC members. And BYS, that's been getting super dialed in. Super excited. If you want to join the Book Yourself Solid network, just straight away go to www.bookyourselfsolid.com. Don't forget Christine Zapata's book, Book Yourself Solid for Chiropractors, coming out March of this year. That's just right around the corner. You can pre-order on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Don't forget, you got Michael Port speaking at Sales Revenue Profit. We're going to be releasing Book Yourself Solid for Coaches next, co-authored by Matthew Kimberly and Michael Port. All kinds of just amazing stuff coming down the pipeline for all of you whose teeth don't hurt.
I was just thinking about the prepare to prepare concept. Do you know what I love about the prepare to prepare? If you've prepared to prepare, once you actually do the thing, you have more confidence in pivoting. That's what I notice a lot. I think that that's really, really important, because a lot of times when you're not prepared and you didn't even prepare for the preparation and then launch the thing, you think about all the things you should have done. But if you've already gone through that entire stretch and you've done all those things, then it's really easy for you to make decisions and say, I'm going to pivot and try something completely out of the box. I'm going to pivot and listen to somebody else. I feel confident that if I pivot now, because I've done so much preparation, that this is absolutely what's necessary in order for me to get where I'm trying to go. And I just think about all the times that we were in better preparation. Our confidence in making decisions throughout the process was better.
And well, speaking of that, let's just go ahead and say we had the Michael Chandler Resiliency Mastermind this past weekend. Everyone in attendance loved it. Big shout out to Michael. People in attendance who have done a lot of stuff with us, who've done a lot of stuff, a lot of our events. One, said it was our best event ever. Two, a lot of them said Michael was the best speaker that we have sort of in our environment around us. Boy, did you guys miss out. Now, you missed out so much. Well, yeah, that's just a slide. You can't do that. Don't take that down. It's
take
over.
It down, Bobby. Take it down. We're going to have another one, though.
Michael, at the end of it, was so inspired that he was like, we should do it again. I was like, all right, great. So I guess we'll do it in September. He's like, no, we should get it in before my training camp for
Yeah.
the fight.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, we got to look at dates. So we're looking at
Nice.
dates. We may have a chance for you to have another opportunity for all of you that just sat around on your thumbs and you're like, I don't know if I want to do that. Ask people in the chat. Ask people in the chat.
The visual of sitting around on your thumbs is not one that one wants to sit with.
Okay, well, ask the people in the chat who were there if that was worth it. It was totally worth it. But here's the thing too. I'm already getting quite. I'm in. Was it going to be the same? Is it going to be the same price as last time? Definitely not.
That's something that we teach all of you in Black Diamond Club
not a
and
chance.
Book Yourself Solid. Is you start at a certain price point, you're going to test it out, you're going to get proof of concept, and then naturally, your natural instinct should always be the second round that I do something, I'm going to raise the price.
Well, if it works,
and that's just if it works.
Most of the time, what we do works,
right? When you prove it to yourself and you prove it to others, raise your prices.
Outside chance too. Outside chance.
Yep.
Outside chance that we're going to include tickets to the Chandler McGregor fight for those that attend. So right there, of course, it's not going to be the same price. But how would you like to spend 2 days in mastermind style, building your resiliency on the eve of Michael going into training camp?
Mm-hmm.
Then let him go into training camp. He did say he might extend training camp this time to about 12 weeks, 10 to 12 weeks. And then so 10 to 12 weeks later, reunite the group in Las Vegas to see Michael take on Conor McGregor. That priceless. Like you spent actual time with the man. You talked about that, the man in the arena.
Everybody's going to be nervous.
You spent time with the man in the arena and you got into the mind of the man that was getting prepared to go into the arena. And what that does for me, I think, is that it really puts things into perspective. A lot of you are like, well, I can't write my emails. Well, I can't send emails to my list. I'm not having a hard time doing my social media content. When you sit, next to Michael Chandler and he's talking to you about these stories of what it's like to prepare. Man, the other thing that Michael said, and I one of my favorite parts is I
want to say, I think that you, instead of realizing how undisciplined you are, I think you realize the capacity of discipline, right? The capacity
you could do it.
Yes.
But
it's like, wow, I didn't even know until I heard somebody tell me what they did and the discipline that they exercise, literally what I could put myself.
The other thing that I loved is he said, I have the luxury of all of my failures being played out in front of everybody around the world.
I call it a luxury.
A luxury. Yeah. I have the luxury of that. And I was like, man, that's like, so you guys watching, like, oh, I probably should send an email to my list, but you don't have the luxury of everybody in the world knowing that you just decided not to do it.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, I have the luxury that it's all on display. So if I make mistakes, if I don't train, if I'm not disciplined, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, it plays out in the public eye.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, people on social media attack me, say, they love to see people lose. And he goes, so that also is very important. So some of you just have to think like, man, what if the cameras were on me for the next 10 weeks? How would I change the way I approach my job?
Not even that, like, how would I show up?
Right.
Right? Like, who would I be? Who would I have to become for people to view me in the light that I want to be viewed and view myself?
Yeah.
Right? Because we all don't show up that way. And that's super, super important.
There you go. Best mastermind, period.
Yeah.
That's from James Taylor. James and Tamika have been to a few things with us. And he's like, yeah, that was
on here.
That
also
was
said best mastermind yet.
Off the chains. And man, and the price point. So James Taylor literally walked up to me in front of Michael and was like, why was this priced where it was? But rest assured, it won't be priced there. But you know what? I do think if you were at the first one and you want to repeat at number 2, I think that we will the mastermind part, we'll give it to you for the same price.
Yeah, repeat buyers.
You have to add the ticket.
Yeah, you get
I don't know how
in,
much tickets are going to be.
Yeah,
but we should be able to score some tickets. But if you want tickets from me, because the other reason why I did that, because don't message me or text me and ask me if I can get you tickets. Just sign up for the mastermind, and then I could probably get you tickets. But outside of that, Yeah, don't message me.
Listen, if you're new to us, can you hit that subscribe button? I'm just not making an ask tonight. I want to get us over the 2K mark on our subscribers.
Okay, please do that.
Yep.
Subscribe. Hit us some likes. Usually we got about 2 or 3 likes. How many we got?
2 likes.
2 likes.
Yeah.
Jennifer White saying, "I'm in again."
I love it.
Like, how crazy is that? Like, you do the thing and people are like, "I want to." It's like Disney.
You haven't even had time to go
like
through all the
Disney.
stuff that you learned.
You're on
and
Space
like,
Mountain, and the kids are like, "I want to ride it again." You're
and
like,
I
"It's
want
going to
the
be
fast
it's Space Mountain. We're gonna up and it's going to be the Space Mountain."
Yeah, I love it.
That mastermind was literally like that, where people were at the end like, "Let's do it again," including Michael. That's what's cool.
Absolutely.
Hey, we got to talk about influencers, and I think this is very appropriate because
Well, first off, how much money are we giving away?
$300. We keep getting winners.
We just
Carrie Swain, double winner, champ,
love that.
very first champ from Shawn and Lacey Live last week.
Ooh,
Carrie Swain,
okay.
champ, double winner. How about that? If you are in Black Diamond Club, your name is in the digital canasta. If you're in the Book Yourself Solid Network, so lots of new Book Yourself Solid Network members, VIPers from the challenge, you're in the digital canasta. Here's what we're going to do. We're giving away $300. That means we're drawing 3 names. You must be present to win. This is your chance right now to test the chat. So don't wait.
Yeah.
You've got to, even if you want to write test, you've got to make sure that you're logged in and you're able to chat us. You will have exactly 30 seconds to respond, and you have 30 seconds. So outside of the 30 seconds, if somebody texts you or calls you and tells you to jump on and you're outside the 30 seconds, you do not win. You must respond inside of the 30-second window. Carrie proved to us last week. Once that clock, but also Carrie responded like in the first 15 seconds. So when you're on, it doesn't take you long to respond.
See all those tests coming through. Okay.
Yes.
But I gotta backtrack for a second because somebody said that Space Mountain is a bit dated. It's now Tron and the Pandora ride. Is Space Mountain gone? Like somebody just clarify for me. I need to know if Space Mountain is gone.
Your daughter was trying to get you to go to
she wants
Disney,
me to go to
Epcot.
Disney. I've never been.
Yeah, never been.
No.
And you're just dragging your feet on that.
Oh, not gone. Okay, Iris,
he has a new name.
He
has a new name.
Yeah.
All the Star Wars stuff.
I'm going. We're gonna go. We're gonna do that thing around the world.
Drink around the world.
Around the world, yeah. And have fun. So not gone. Okay,
good. Who wants to go to Drink Around the World with Lacey Book? Who wants to go to Drink Around the World at Epcot with Lacey Book?
I've never been to Epcot. I'm really excited.
Well, what a way to start it. You might as well just go to Epcot
so all we ever
and drink around the world.
To Disneyland. There was no reason.
Maybe you could put that on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna scoot up. All right. Influencers.
All right, influencers. Let's talk influencers.
So this is very appropriate, I think, because right now, and I think also too for everybody, we're super excited about the concept, Well Infused, the world's first functional fusion lounge. Well Infused, the world's first functional fusion lounge, started out in Noblesville, Indiana. Nate and Stacy Blumey, the founders and originators of it. Second unit now located in Naples, Florida, where we live, and we are now moving into the franchise concept. FDD imminent, will be coming out here very soon. We're super excited to be launching the first 5 or so units that'll be getting underway. Being able to offer functional fusion in 5 more locations, bringing our total to 7. But very important for you guys to understand. A lot of people, and I am anti in the trenches, anti that. I hate that. You'll never hear me say the reason why you should consult with Lacey and I is because we're in the trenches with you. However, right now we are in the trenches. Right. We're opening a place. It's down the street. You go there every dang day. Every day you're in there. We're over there. We're hustling. I'm out there. When I play golf, people talk. I don't like to talk to people, but now I'm telling them about stem cells and I'm talking about all kinds of stuff because we're back in the trenches. Just because we don't glorify being in the trench, because there's nothing glorious about it. I got to tell you, every night, it's at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're on here. Both of us, we just both got home at about 7:15, walked in the door. We're like, oh, and we still got a lot of stuff to do. That's being in the trenches, but there's nothing glorious. No glory in the grind. There's no glory in that. But we know how to do it.
And it's so funny because I actually talked to my coach about this in the trenches concept. And I don't know. He's like, I've never really heard that described before. Like, who uses that terminology?
Well, a lot of ding-dongs use that.
And he goes, that is the worst energy.
That's what I say.
The worst energy to ever come from. A trench
is a ditch.
Yeah, the trenches are a ditch. Nobody ever say that you're in the trenches when it comes to your business. We're not in the trenches, babe. We are.
Well, I'm saying what people consider. A lot
We
of
are
people think
building.
that you
No.
sit around in your fluffy white chair and you just, talk on the phone and you don't really,
No,
what does
listen though.
Lacey know? Because all these other people like
I
to say
feel
like,
like
oh,
Trisha's
I built all these multi-million-dollar businesses and don't listen to Lacey. She's a goofball. Like, no. I can attest, like you work super hard and you go to Well Infused and you do your thing and you got
yeah.
a great team and you got great support with Nate and Stacy and Well Infused is like cooking. One of the things,
Well, I like that. I'm cooking.
one of
I'm
the
not in the
things
trenches. I'm cooking it up.
one of the things that makes it so successful, I think, is you have in a very short time. And so again, I'm not saying this as a brag. I mean, I'm really not, literally
Yeah.
not. I'm saying this in a very short time because we only live in Naples 6 months out of the year, but you
Yep.
have managed to penetrate a decent section of the Naples influencer market.
Yes.
And so that's what we're talking about today. Like, how do you get influencers to be in your circle, to come to your stuff? And you're having an event, what, next week?
Next week,
Next week.
Thursday. Mhm.
Next week, Thursday.
Having our grand opening.
You're
So
having
anybody in Florida,
you're
invited.
having these influencers, several
Mhm.
local influencers stopping in. So let's talk about like how do you what do you just cold DM them? Like how do you get these influencers and create this, and how do you make that happen?
Well, I think there's a couple secrets to this, and I don't
Mhm.
even know if they're secrets. But the first and foremost, the one way, non-secret, that you can get influencers to promote your business, I think everybody knows this, is pay them. Influencers naturally are affiliate marketers, right? Most of them that have a really big following, they get paid to either be like a associate with a brand, an affiliate of a brand, connected with a brand, endorse a brand. There's a lot of ways that they get paid, and in reality, a lot of them, that's how they make their living and how they make their money. And
So one of the
but or there's other ways, but that's the number one way that most people would naturally think of when it comes to that.
one of the influencers that I was speaking to was telling me that they got paid to just simply film content from a laser hair removal place. They were female. I have no idea. So I'm gonna plead innocence. I have no idea how much laser hair removal costs, but my understanding is it's not cheap.
Yep.
My feeling, and again, I have no idea. So you tell me that's way off base. My feeling is that laser hair removal probably costs more than the majority of the people who are watching their services.
Yeah, I would say so.
So this
Depends on the area, but yeah.
this influencer told me that when every time that they post a video
Yep.
on their
Oh yeah.
socials, that they post a video of them at the laser hair removal place, the laser hair removal place gets on average, 8 new clients. Eight per post. 8. I was like, whoa, 8? Wow, and so when you say like hey, you pay the influencer, um listen, if the laser hair removal is paying, they are. If the laser hair removal, whatever they're paying to this person, it's well worth
You
it.
consider it
They're getting
marketing
8
dollars. Put
new
in your
clients. I was shocked. I was like, you post a video and 8 new people come running, and they're
I
like,
think
yeah.
that that's an important thing to think about. I mean, and we've been talking about it on the Book Yourself Solid Challenge, is when it comes to influencers, you want to find influencers that have influence over your ideal client target
Now that's a
market.
great example. Sarah is sharing that she got unlimited range balls from the golf. She started going to the driving range and posting about it. And the driving range was like, "Hey man, I see you posting about, being at the driving range, and we're trying to make golf more accessible. We don't want it. We love that you
Are
are
trying to
kind of
learn and
showcasing like
showcasing
this.
it. Yeah.
You're out here doing this. How about we let you have unlimited range balls if you agree to do this? You agree to post twice a month."
Good job, Sarah. That's awesome.
That's a win-win.
Yeah.
Sarah's getting what she wanted. You used to be paying for the balls. She was actually already posting them.
Yeah. So it was
she was
really
already doing it.
no extra additional work for her.
So for a lot of you, if the
Sometimes it's not money.
influencer wanted your service, now you can't go to the influencer and be like, "Hey, how about this? I got a great idea,
I don't
Lacey.
know if you like golfing, but
I'll
I'm
give
gonna
you
give you
unlimited range balls." The influencer will be like, "Well, I don't even want unlimited
That makes
range
sense.
balls." So some of you are not that in touch with reality and don't realize that some of the influencers might not want the thing that you provide. That's real. But if you notice, like, "Hey, I noticed that you were in the market for laser hair removal. I'd be happy to provide that for free if you agree to post 6 times on your social media? What I don't, you got to figure out the economics and make that work. But yes, one way is just to reach out, make connection, and offer or ask, how much do you charge?
Yes. Yeah. I think that that's super easy. That's the easiest way. It's the easiest way to get them to promote your business. Simple, a fair exchange. The other way is to become relevant. So you said, do you cold DM people? I mean, okay, we tried that a little bit for some of the influencers that we didn't know that people brought to our attention during this grand opening. But the only ones that responded were people that we weren't actually cold DMing, individuals that we were relevant because we were following for a while. Also, and commenting on their posts or commenting on their stories. And so one of the ways to become relevant is to just get yourself a little bit visible before you actually reach out to them. So that means if at some point you want to have an influencer endorse your business, do like Sarah's doing where they're posting about your business, you need to become relevant now. Go find them, go follow them, go like their content, go comment on their stories, vote on their little polls, because then by the time you actually go to say, hey, I want to invite you to my grand opening, is there a place I can send the invitation? They'll probably actually respond, right? And so I think a lot of people, they just want to go find somebody and reach out and say, hey, look at me. These influencers, if they're big influencers, they are getting a lot of offers frequently, right? And so you have to also become relevant.
I'm going to offer up a two-way marketing by association.
Oh.
So one is, it's also easy. Influencers, local influencers, if you watch, what I notice is that they have friends like you, they have friend groups. Now, everybody in the friend group might not be an influencer. So if I'm an influencer and there's 4 or 5 people, look, and I'm not an influencer, one, two, I'm not big on like pimping out my friend group on social media.
Yes.
But I know, I know that a lot of you, in fact, I think my friend is an influencer, Christian Galt, more of a local influencer. And I know a lot of you, like Christian was telling me, like, I have a lot of people that follow you that reach out to me, that interface with me, which is probably smart, right? But so that would be a way to get to Christian, though, is through me. You're like, hey, I want to meet Christian. Christian's an influencer in Naples. And then you realize like he has an average Joe friend, right? So the average Joe friend is actually one of the ways that you could even, get to influencers, because they're out there. You notice like, man, every time these people are going out to dinner and they're at these events, who's the random average Joe? And you're like, what's Sean Dill? Well, the average Joe is a little bit easier to approach, to be able to create the relationship with, than the influencers themselves, right? And so sometimes that's how you were able to get some of this influence, was by marketing by association, creating a relationship with average Joe, and an average Joe is able to bring that influence.
It's a couple of things. We've got C on here, our business partner in Well Infused, 16 accepted RSVPs from people she's been chatting with for 3+ months, literally showing up. That's the relevancy part. But I think that average Joe is, a lot of us don't do enough research to understand the 1 degree of separation concept, which is exactly what you're talking about. I have a lunch date on Monday with a local influencer that is actually a nutritionist and trainer and trains all the who's here in town, because of our one of our amazing employees introducing me to her. That 1 degree of separation. And so a lot of times you have to look at the influencer and maybe look at your common friends list and say, who do I know? Because you can see that so-and-so follows Sean Dill. And I could see all the people that I follow that follow you. I could easily reach out to one of them and say, how well do you know Sean? Right? And then get the introduction, marketing by association.
Marketing by association goes the other way. I talk about this all the time, where it is super important for you to make sure that you are developing and you're committed to creating strong relationships. And you might be able to create a relationship with 1 or 2 influencers. They might be local, they might not be local, but that gives you tons of credibility. I can't tell you how many other people that I'm kind of like surprised. I'm like, wow, these people, what they want to create a relationship with me. And then I realized, like, they're like, oh, I was looking at your social media. I noticed that you are friends with this person and that person and this person. And that leads to instant credibility. And then you can even get people that you want as influencers approaching you. So of course, money, of course, being relevant, and then marketing by association. It's a two-way street. I think those are great avenues to get some of those influencers. And now,
Wait, I got
oh,
one from Gonzalo. That's great.
oh,
One from
Gonzalo.
Heather.
Well, Gonzalo's
He's a local
he's a local
influencer
influencer.
himself
There you
in
go.
Naples here, and
So
says,
Gonzalo should just tell us how we could get Gonzalo.
yeah, how do we get just you, Gonzalo? But no, he says, have them use your services for free and create content from it, and then have them post it. Sometimes, yeah, you can have them post it. Sometimes even you just posting it with them in it gives you that credibility, right? That you were looking for. So I love it. This is all great things. Rhonda says, I keep reposting kept reposting local influencer on the curated account.
Oh, yeah.
Which you didn't talk about. And then when we met at a Social Oak event, and now she comes to every single one and posts every event because she found out that that was Rhonda. Like, so that's incredible. A lot of times, again, that's that relevancy. Like, I'm just helping you out and not asking you for anything in return just yet, you know?
See my good friend Jack Borla on here.
I
Can't
love
wait
it.
to see him soon.
So many good
We got all
things.
kind of things. We're gonna have
It's
to
already
add. I'm
8:37.
gonna ask my team if they
You
can
guys are
get
hyped
me
tonight. I
a
love it.
Berkshire's slide, because Lacey and I are coming to
Mexico. We're
Mexico.
going to be speaking
Super
in
excited about
Mexico.
that, and I'm super pumped. I'm just super prelim because it's only 8:37, but I'm ready
Then
to go to the digital canasta because my
yeah.
mouth hurts. Here's the thing.
I need to make you some soup.
We're going to we're working on BDC Asia, and this is like super real.
I'm really excited.
Super pumped. And the list of people, the collaborators, going to blow your mind. The people that we that are interested in collaborating on BDC Asia. I'm excited to get to Asia. I mean, you and I have been talking about that too, and I think that at some point we'll do lessons on that. But in order to grow, I did the podcast on that, the blessing of letting go. You got to let go. I know a lot of you are like, hey man, like, we're not seeing you in chiropractic circles. You'll see us at Berkshire's in Mexico. You'll see us at Sherman Lyceum. Yeah, you're right. We're not at all the normal chiropractic spaces. Or is it because we're too big for you? No, it's just that, we always had a vision. We've always had a vision. And you and I have had deep conversations about this. We've had a vision of bringing chiropractic to the world. You know how many times that we would tell our mentors, our coaches, like, hey, what we're trying to solve for is we want to break out of the chiropractic space. We want to break out into, more diverse. And look at the people starting to
all
happen.
these
We have
amazing
a
people.
pastor on here. You got, all these, app developers. You've got Gonzalo, who runs a digital agency, as an influencer in Naples. This is
coaches,
like, so it's happening,
Georgia's
right?
An app developer.
It's happening. But what happens is, here's the hard part that you have to reconcile, that we've had to deal with and reconcile. That also means that there is the blessing in letting go. Now, I'm not saying that we're kicking out, not saying that, but we're open to abundance and overflow. And if you have a full cup of Coca-Cola and you start pouring water into it, you know what happens? The water displaces the Coke. And if you keep pouring water into it, eventually all the Coke gets displaced. Now, I don't want that to happen. So we need to create more space, right? Because we love chiropractic. Chiropractors, you don't want that to happen, because eventually, just like we're leveraging this space right now to have this conversation, eventually we're going to bring the conversation back to chiropractic. So imagine someone like Gonzalo is like, hey man, what are they even talking about? Gonzalo, Naples Tonight, Gonzalo, right? Who has a phenomenally successful digital agency, knows nothing about chiropractic. You have Michael Chandler, UFC superstar. Like, how many conversations did we have with him about chiropractic this past weekend? Like, that's the thing. We could talk to chiropractors about chiropractic, or we could talk to other people about chiropractic. But if you're a chiropractor and you still want to see us, make sure that you're coming to Mexico.
Yep.
Make sure that you're at Sherman Lyceum.
But I think this is important for every single person watching and sticking with us at 8:40 tonight. You have to understand too your vision and the message that you're trying to get out into the world. And oftentimes, like what Shawn's talking about, it's not in the traditional sense that everybody's told you.
Lonnie Wilson,
right?
salon
yeah,
owner.
Like you literally, like everybody tells you in order to be successful in chiropractic and get the chiropractic message out, you have to speak at chiropractic events. That's like preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No.
You go and speak about the thing that you're passionate about to people that haven't heard the message yet.
I love y'all chiropractors, but I don't want to see
message out.
I don't want to see y'all chiropractors anymore.
So you have to think about, for you and your message, how can you disseminate it in a way that's outside of the box? Because that's really how you penetrate individuals in a market that hasn't been before. So I think it's super, super important.
Let's give away some money.
Let's give away some money. Who
And
wants
by the
some
way,
money?
too, for all our non-chiropractor friends, listen, that's just Lacey and I's vision. For all of our non-chiropractor friends, just emulate, swipe and deploy. You can do what we're doing. You can create the stages, you can create the influence, you can create the relationships to propagate whatever message you want. That's what we're creating. That's what we're dedicated to, is we want to create the relationship so that we can share what's important to us. But listen, it's a two-way street. They're sharing with us what's important to them.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's give
Bobby,
away money.
Oh, dang. He's right into it. Boom.
Wow.
Tim Kelly. Congratulations.
Let's go. Come on, Tim.
Won $300. All you have to do is say, I am here. And
let's go.
Yeah. Are you going to claim your prize? Tim. People are calling your name, Tim.
Yep,
are you going to claim?
Tim.
Are you gonna call out for your $300?
Do you call him Timmy? Timothy?
Tim Kelly? Tim
Kelly.
No.
Come on, Tim Kelly. Oh my.
Let's go.
Well, Tim,
Oh.
you did not claim your prize. That's good news for all of you that are watching. That's all good news. All right, Bob, you're like so quick. I mean, I don't know. Hey, I want everybody to pay attention. Watch your name. Your names go by.
Names go by. I saw some names that I know go by.
You ready, Bobby? You got the 30 seconds on the clock?
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
I saw Anka
a bunch of names. I see a bunch of names.
I saw Aaron again.
Anita!
Anita is a Book Yourself Solid Mastermind member. She may be.
Let's go. She said that she was coming tonight.
This is your night, Anita. $300. You've won $300. Tell me when she claims her prize. Anita, you $300.
I'm telling
Come on,
you.
Anita.
I'm telling you.
Come on, Anita.
Anita is on here often. Anita fake name. No, Anita's
everybody knows Anita.
Everyone knows Anita.
Come on, Anita.
Oh. I thought.
Oh. Is that... Yeah, I saw it in time. I saw it in time. It's just because it didn't say Anita. It says Milhan. Yeah, I saw her.
Okay. Look, I mean, look at money. Anita, she's here. Everybody's saying
she's here.
I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw it. Is this because you were looking for Anita?
I
saw it.
I was looking for Anita.
I saw it.
Anita, you won. Right at the buzzer. Everybody's
$300.
like at the buzzer.
Boom.
Anita, the buzzer beater, Milhan. I love that. She won.
Anita's busy. She's probably doing some stuff. I know Anita. She's always trying to do stuff. She's probably like listening to it in the background. She's like, did they say my name?
Anita, congratulations.
Congratulations,
Showing up.
Anita.
Anita took
$300.
Anita got outside of her comfort zone and joined the Book Yourself Solid Mastermind.
Yeah, and she's been doing stuff. She's like, I'm doing it. She's getting out of her comfort zone. Yeah, the universe is like, Anita, we got your back.
You invested in you.
You are a winner of all.
Now take yourself out.
1,000 people. 1,000 people. The universe was like, I want to make sure Anita knows that hard work pays off. Getting outside of your comfort zone pays off. Good job, Anita.
Don't forget to cash in on all those goodwill coins that you put into the universe. Your account's receivable. You are owed lots of money. You invested in yourself. You're owed the $300. So congratulations, Anita. We're super excited.
Well, I love Chris Helms too. Happy birthday, Chris Helms. He said he doesn't care about the money.
And I think I saw Dave Pascal on here. I want to say happy
congratulations, Dave Pascal. He even got himself a black. He got a black diamond in engagement ring or wedding ring. He got a black diamond ring.
I have a black diamond wedding ring.
I don't ever wear it. I should have given it to Dave Pascal.
Congratulations,
Dave Pascal, on your engagement. Congratulations, Anita, and happy birthday, Chris Helms.
Make your
list. What a great week. For all of you in the Book Yourself Solid Challenge, Lacey and I will see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern. Until then, see ya.